Hi, my name is Venus O'Hara and welcome to another video. Someone asked me if I could make a video describing the inspiration behind my orgasmic lifestyle, or what books did I read to actually create this orgasmic lifestyle that I keep talking about sometimes. Well, actually I didn't read any books, or there's not one source of inspiration. I think there are lots of sources of inspiration. Firstly, I used to work in real estate 10 years ago on a commission-only basis. So I was a hungry freelancer, and a lot of my clients were location independent and looking to just live a really good life in Barcelona. And what I loved about these people is that they were often expats. They didn't speak Spanish. They didn't really see that as an obstacle because they had online businesses. They were kind of they were their own bosses, and they were in charge of their own schedules, etc. And I was really inspired by this. And I also wanted to be location independent, and I thought, I'm just as clever as they are. There's no reason why I can't do this. So I think in life there are people who see opportunities or just ignore obstacles. I think they focus on their dream more than so that the obstacles are just irrelevant. And there are other people who just see obstacles and they just can't see beyond them. And I found that my clients were really positive people. They just were coming to live in Barcelona just to have the best of Mediterranean life, I guess. And I've been living here for many years, but any city has different faces and different experiences, and I don't think I was living my best Barcelona, trying to be integrated and fit in, because I speak Spanish, I speak Catalan, and I've been here for many years. And so I was basically on Spanish payroll, on Spanish, which is this is a low-wage economy. Whereas when I was in contact with these foreigners who were with their online businesses, I was in this world of abundance, and I thought, wow, I want to do that. And I'm also foreign as well, so I don't think I was making the most of my foreign status as much as I could have. And also when I was working I was a sales, I was working in export sales for many years. I had a normal office job. I really hated that, getting up at a certain time and having to rush in the morning and get on the train, these really packed trains to get to work, because I'm a bit of an insomniac, and I tend to overthink things at night. And I always found that when I had an important day at work, I used to arrive really tired. And it's really funny that now I have more energy than 15 years ago. At the weekend, for example, I used to sleep in until 2 o'clock because I was absolutely exhausted from the week, whereas now I'm totally in charge of my schedule, and I've made it that way. And over these last 10 years, I've made sure that my meetings are kind of late morning, afternoon, so I don't have to actually use an alarm. So I've had 10 years of no alarm, and there's some days where I do need to use an alarm if I have a flight to catch or something like that, but I haven't travelled as much as I would like to. So in general, I'm just basically have a very free schedule. And also, a great thing about my life is that makes it even more orgasmic than the clients, my real estate clients who inspired this, is that I have a much more interesting job than what they had. I mean, a lot of these people were working and they had some interesting things, but they weren't maybe as it wasn't a vocation for them. It was just an online revenue stream, really. It wasn't, I mean, some people had passion projects, let's say, but I think I found something that I can live from, and I'm incredibly passionate about, and it's a lot of fun, and it's a really good cause. So it ticks many boxes, and that's why I think it's orgasmic. And I think I created the orgasmic lifestyle because as a sex toy reviewer, I'm not the only sex toy reviewer in the world, but I do believe that I'm living my my orgasmic lifestyle is not only orgasmic because of the free sex toys and the daily orgasms that I have. It's orgasmic because of all these other things, especially living in Barcelona. And now I'm working in a really cool co-working space that has an indoor edible forest, which is really cool, and vegan food. And but going back to the source of inspiration, I actually made this drawing one day when I came out of the gym, and this was how I created, oops, some lipstick there, My Orgasmic Lifestyle, or all the the different components of it. And it was a morning that I came out of the gym, and my gym is on the beach, so it was so beautiful, especially I think it was a winter morning. And anyway, let me just go through some of these things. So I've got yoga. Yoga is definitely part of an orgasmic lifestyle. No diets. I have never ever followed a diet in my life. I think diets are I don't know, masochistic. And even though I'm a vegan, I don't consider that to be a diet. I think it's a lifestyle and a huge part of abundant self-love, so it's the very opposite of a diet. Also, no credit cards. Definitely cool. I mean, I'm debt-free, which I think is really orgasmic, because I don't like the language in communication from the bank when you owe them money. I just don't like it. I think it's really negative, so I prefer to not rely on paying anyone back anything. So that's great. Plant-based, yeah. I mean, going vegan has been one of the best things that I've done, really. Another thing that I've noticed is that it was a year ago that I went 100% plant-based, and this is my first summer with no eczema, so I'm really happy. So that's really cool. I used to have eczema all over the palms of my hands and between my fingers. I used to be really itchy and sore and inflamed, and with the heat and with the sweat, it was just awful. And now, yes, so cool, very orgasmic. And now, juicing. I haven't done that for a long time, actually. Offline dating, I think that's really important. I prefer to have real, genuine human connections. No car. Well, I think that's I'm working in a very sustainable co-working now, so I'm with people who are very planet friendly, so I'm becoming more and more conscious about environmental things, and I'm really happy that I don't have a car. No deodorant. I haven't used deodorant for about coming up to 4 years now. I just don't like all these chemicals that are in it. And also I think yeah, I mean, I use that stone one, I can't remember what it's called now. Sometimes if I have a business meeting, but usually nothing. And then free bleeding. Oh my God, is that part of an orgasmic lifestyle? Well, I don't think I've just become really chemical free in many ways, and are very conscious about all the products I absorb in general, or consume, because I think people think about food, but it's also, you've got to think about what are you putting on your face, on your hair, on your body, and I don't really trust menstrual products, so I started free bleeding, and it's been really cool. And I've made a couple of videos about it that have been very controversial, and I'll leave a link in the description below. Minimalist beauty products. Ooh, yes, I'm a total minimalist. I'll make another video about my orgasmic beauty products. I only use about 6 different products. I use shea butter, is it shea? Don't know. Shea butter, argan oil for the face, and coconut oil for the body, and what else do I use? I've got this really amazing organic shampoo. I only wash my hair every 5 days. I've just washed it now, so it's actually better the day after. And I use this hair oil as well that's got broccoli and coconut oil from this brand called Urtekram, and it's from Denmark, and they're really organic, and even their bottles are made from, I think it's sugarcane, so it's all really sustainable. And no pharmaceutical products. I'm not a fan of pharmaceutical products. Obviously modern medicine is amazing, but if you don't need it, I think it's best to avoid. And no alcohol, coming up to 4 years now with no alcohol, and I love the sober mentality. It's really cool, and I love having a nourishing social life, because I found that before giving up alcohol, all my social proposals were all based around alcohol, and I didn't really like that. And also sometimes I said no to some social engagements because I thought I can't be bothered with the hangover the next day, not thinking that I could go out and not drink, but maybe they were the atmospheres that were not very conscious, perhaps. Now I have a really conscious lifestyle, very conscious utopia, because I've got this vegan group, and now I've got this sustainable co-working, so I'm always around people who who do care about the planet, etc. And anyway, yeah, and so yeah, no alcohol, so alcohol kind of fits in with that. Yoni egg rituals, been a long time since I've done that, but I'm a massive fan of yoni eggs and yoni rituals, like yoni breathing. I'll make some videos about that soon. Daily orgasms, of course. For me, orgasm now is kind of a meditative process. Living by the sea, daily nature. So meditation, yeah, I think meditation is so important. I practice different types of meditation, sometimes just focusing on the breath, others guided meditations, and sometimes listening to affirmations, and also just listening to binaural beats and kind of focusing on an intention, or sometimes just letting myself go and just losing myself in my mind. So that's quite interesting as well. And what's really interesting about meditation is that I find that when I'm not meditating, my brain just goes a lot faster. And a lot of people who are successful in life do meditate, or they do practice, or they do affirmations. That's great. So another thing, minimalism. Yeah, I'm becoming... I'm it's really hard. I'm living in a tiny apartment, but I do try to be as minimalistic as possible. And I really think about whenever I'm bringing something new into my life, is it going to bring me joy? Do I really need it? And I also try and buy more expensive options, but less of them. Because I think in the past I made the mistake of acquiring a lot of things that I didn't need, that maybe were not so good quality, and I could have had less things with better quality. Yeah, that's a lesson to learn. So another thing, conscious living. Of course, location independent, that is one of the most orgasmic things. I don't think I am making the most of that. I've been part of the digital nomad and location independent communities in Barcelona, so I've been in contact with people who live like this, and I would love to travel more. I've definitely got that on the cards in the next few months. And it's not something I don't make the most of enough. I mean, I'm definitely making the most of my orgasmic schedule for sure, but I'd love to be able to start working more from different cities and countries. That would be really cool. And following my life's purpose, I think that's I feel so blessed to be able to make a living from following my life's purpose, because I really believe that my mission is bigger than myself. I really want to encourage others to use their sexual energy in a positive way, to eat more plants, and to raise orgasmic awareness, and that's what I believe that I'm here for. And be my own boss, nothing like that. But also now I've started to outsource. So I've been hiring people recently because I can't do all the work I've got so much work, and I just realized that I shouldn't be editing my own videos anymore. I shouldn't be doing my own SEO. So I've got people working on some things for me, and it's made me realize that I'm actually a nice boss. And it makes me realise how some of the bosses I had in the past were some real assholes. I mean, really. So I'm learning lots of things now about people management and having to explain things in a really clear way. And also gratitude is really important to say thanks when someone's been working for you. And also I don't really want to have kind of Venus O'Hara corporation building. I mean, I don't, my thoughts on growth are not about that at all, or be going back to a conventional lifestyle, because at the end of the day I don't think I would like to impose upon someone what time they should have the lunch at, or what time they should start unfinished work. I really love working with other freelancers because it means they are hungry in a kind of enthusiastic way, and they're going to do it to the best of their abilities, and I'll pay them on per project rather than just having their time. Because I think people are not productive 8 hours a day. I know I'm only working around 4 or 5 hours a day, so that's part of my orgasmic schedule a day is 4 hours a day. Another thing, going to the gym, I think it's really important to dedicate maybe an hour a day just to your body and its health, maybe going for a walk, going to the gym, whatever it is you like. But I think it's really important to move your body and eat well and show some love to your body, and because that's health at the end of the day, not just aesthetics, but it's health. And yeah, abdominal breathing, yeah. So all of those things, well, I wrote this about a year and a half ago, but I think I've got some even more orgasmic things now. But I'll make more videos about my orgasmic lifestyle, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you find it inspiring to maybe have your own orgasmic lifestyle. If you have any questions or any suggestions for videos, don't hesitate to write to me at venus@venusohara.org, or you can add me on Instagram at venusohara, and ignore that orgasmic drilling, no. Anyway, see you next time.